Alright guys, so I wanted to show you the side-by-side of both of these cameras. On the left, we have the C920, and on the right is the MX Brio. As you can see, the C920, so currently I'm using natural lighting that is coming through from my windows, and it's not a sunny day. It's actually pretty cloudy. We're about to have a snowstorm, but you can see on the left, on the C920, it kind of does like a weird overcompensation. It just washes out your face entirely, whereas the MX Brio compensates for that kind of really strong natural lighting and makes your face look significantly more natural. So I'm going to close this up here, and now we can see how it compensates in low lighting. And I will say I'm very, very impressed with the C920's low lighting compensation. However, you do lose quite a bit of quality there, and you can kind of see the graininess. Another very marked difference is obviously the FPS. So over here we have it's very accurate to my movements, whereas that you can see quite a lot of lag. I mean, look at just my hand movement. Um, how it looks on the C920, but still a very, very good camera, but there are marked differences. Obviously, the MX Brio is a 4K camera, whereas the 920 is a 1080p. I've been using the 920 for content creation up until right now, so it is still a great camera that I highly recommend. Yeah, you can see on the 920, it still kind of does that overexposure type of situation. Your face is going to look whiter, it's going to look more washed out, whereas the MX Brio keeps your more natural skin tone. It's honestly personal preference because they both look great, but there is a very, very clear difference in FPS, which I think is going to be obviously the movements are more natural on the MX Brio. Now, I do have these cameras side by side, so the angle isn't exact. And also, I am using the audio from my Yeti, but I want to cut that out here because I want to show you the differences in audio as well. So we're going to shut off the Yeti. All right, so this is the audio from the C920. I've never had an issue with the audio, but honestly, I would never record content or anything really, other than maybe like a Zoom call that I would use the camera's microphone. Otherwise, I'm using the Yeti or something else. I'm gonna open the window back up here. And all right, so we're gonna switch over to the Brios. Okay, and here we have the Brios microphone. I actually have not really tested this microphone yet. I'm not sure how it sounds, or if this is something that I could actually use. But again, I have this mic for content creation, so it doesn't really make much of a difference to me. But if you're using the camera for just, Zoom meetings, etc., then I'm sure you want to know what the difference in audio quality is. So there it is. I'm going to switch back to my Yeti. All right, so we're back on the Yeti. And one thing I really want to note that I don't like about the MX Brio is that the cable is quite a bit shorter than it is on the C920. So I had to like kind of finagle it here to get it connected to my PC tower, but you can use an extender or I could just move my tower. It's not that big of a deal, but I did want to point it out because that is one thing that I was like, okay, I mean, it's USB-C, whereas the C920 is USB-A, but why is it so much shorter? I'm confused. But anyway, not that big of a deal. So yeah, both of these cameras are great. I do want to point out also that there is a middle of the road. So this is the MX Brio, and there's also the regular Brio, if you want something kind of more middle of the line. So yeah, all in all, both cameras are great. You can use both for content creation. If you don't want to drop big bucks on a DSLR or even mid-range bucks on, say, a Sony or something like that, these are great because they're multi-purpose. They'll serve you as a webcam, but they will also serve as a video camera because you can mount both of these to a regular camera mount and maybe even get a teleprompter and put it behind it. Possibilities with these are endless, but I did want to show you the differences. Moving forward, I will be using the MX Brio primarily for all of my content creation, and I'm also going to switch over here the angle. I'm going to switch over to recording with my phone so that I can show you the differences in size because the MX Brio is quite larger than the C920. So I wanted to show you that here real quick. So here is the differences between the two in size. Something that the 920 doesn't have that this one does is that you can just shut the camera like that, and it has a little privacy. So I will say the MX Brio is quite a bit prettier. It's a little modern looking, but that's totally personal preference. It is larger, so I wanted to make that aware. As far as the stands go, they're pretty similar, and both will unscrew and clip on and screw back on to a regular tripod. So here we are, and then this is me using my phone audio, my phone's microphone, and my phone's camera, and there we are. All right. I did also want to show you how these look with artificial lighting. So this is just how it looks with artificial light coming from a white background on my computer. Last but not least, I turned on the lights in the room, so I wanted to show you how this looked with artificial lighting from the ceiling if you have your room lights on. Yeah, so again, the MX Brio keeps the skin looking natural. It doesn't change the skin tone, whereas on the C920, it is very, very washed out. Some people might actually like that washed out look. I kind of like it. It's like the kind of overexposed look, but the MX Brio will keep you looking significantly more natural. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful in helping you make a decision. And whichever one you choose, they're both great cameras, and for a great price, it's unbeatable. So you're going to be good either way. All right, bye.